Let's talk about Lean Canvas. Why we need it? If your project has some troubles in sales, or if you're unable to advertise some part of your product, still the same, you have some problems in growth, it means you have a problem at least at one of these 9 rectangles. Usually it's you have problems in several of them. There are also business model canvas. We use it more for regular companies, for huge enterprises, but for startups, for digital projects, Lean Canvas is much more easy and very flexible. And of course, I really recommend you to read the book, because in reading the book, you will get full understanding of everything. Just to remind, you can use it as for whole project, and you can use for some segments. For example, your project have some sub-projects, so you can use it. You can use Lean Canvas for some sub-projects as well. So let's talk about every square with more details. Problem. So what problem does your product solve? So do you have a problem? Let's remember, if there are no problem, no project. You need to understand exactly what kind of problems you solve. Solution. What kind of solution you provide to the customer? Is it a website? Is it an app? Is it something else? So you should understand what kind of solution you provide to the customer. So its next one is USP, unique sale proposition. What is your mafia offer? Why customer buy from you? So what is your unique best selling point? And if you do not have it, it's also nice. If you accept that you do not have it, it means that you need to work here. And if all team accepts that you do not have any USP, that you do not have mafia offer for your customers, it's also nice, because now you know that you need to find it. Why you are so different from your competitor. Also, sometimes you have hidden advantages. Sometimes it could be patent. For example, we have patent in every our project. Sometimes you have some unique technologies. Maybe it's not patented, but still it's very complicated to competitors to copy it. So what is the hidden advantage? If you have them, it's also very nice and also provide you some points to win through your competitors. Also, customer segments. Usually, startup said, our segment, for example, if you're a delivery startup, you said, our segment is we deliver food for everybody, man and woman, who is 18 plus till 65 and ever more. So our customer is everybody. But in real life, your customer is people who have who earn more than average, who live in the center, who work daily because they have no time to prepare the food. They usually are busy, they blah blah blah. So it's not everybody. Usually that my segment everybody who eats. No. If your segment is very specific, it's very easy to advertise for that. So when your segment is very specific, it's very easy to focus on it and very easy to get result. When your focus is everybody, you're in a big trouble. And what is important is that what is your ideal customer? So we can focus on everybody, but better if you focus on ideal customers, because ideal customer, as you remember, they ask less questions, they pay you more money, and then you don't need to do many changes for them. Also, what is your advertisement channels? Earlier, let's say 20 years ago, you can go to investor and said, we need the money for advertisement. And the investor, can you provide a 200 or 1 million check just to advertise? Now you need to know exact channels. Sometimes have exact ads. I heard about. I talked with one entrepreneur who said that you need to do at least 10,000 tests to find one good ad. 10,000 tests. Of course, maybe it's not true, but he lives in that, and he's a really nice owner of incubator, of startups incubator. So sometimes channels not exist. Sometimes channels are so expensive. So you know that customers exist, that it's very expensive to get them. And by the way, this problem appears much more often than before. And what is your indicators? What is your key metrics? What is your KPI? OKR? The idea what is it possible to build unique economics in your niche? The idea, it's very important. How much you pay for the customer, how much you earn from the customer. Is it your unit economy positive? And what is important? What is your key metrics? For example, for one industry, it could be live website. For other industry, sometimes could be only money. Sometimes could be active website. Sometimes could be active customers, active returning customers. What is your North Star metric, as example? So what metrics determine your growth? How you measure that you grow? Usually it's one or two metrics. Also, how much costs your growth? Where you need to spend money to get growth. So as you know, for startups, growth is main one focus. For investors, growth is number one. No growth, no money. So where will you spend your money to growth, to order your growth? And of course, how will you earn? Usually startups say, we will have ads, we will have memberships, we will have blah, 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 all possible business models. No. Usually, main business model provide you 80 or 90% of money. So focus on that. Find this. Usually one model is main. Could be 2-3 mixed models. Mostly one model provide you 80 or 90, sometimes 99% of income. Google spent years finding other income models. And still, AdWords is still most profitable model. So Google with dozens of years and still he's searching for new business model. So ever Google would not write, we have 5 different business models. They are still focusing on main ones and of course developing secondaries. And now, once you fill off your rectangle, let's remember why we need it. Firstly, when you fill all these rectangles, you can understand maybe with your software you solve other problem. Maybe you need to focus somewhere else. You need to understand where you're weak, where you're strong, and focus on the easiest part. Like how to earn your customer much easier. Firstly, when you're creating your startups, everything is hypothesis. So every rectangle is your idea, your belief, your hypothesis. Like, I think that I solved this problem. I think that this is solution. I think that this segment will require it. I think that my hidden advantages are this. I think that cost structure is like this. I think that revenue streams is like this. But firstly, you feel your opinions. But once your company grows, you fill it with facts or with proofs. You know that this segment not exist, or this segment doesn't provide any revenue. Maybe the segment is big or small or a lot of competitors. Firstly, as I said, you focus with your idea, with your vision, with your hypothesis, and then with every rectangle, you test it if it works. Once you finish everything, you have your business model. And then you can see how you can change your business model to better and do a big shift, big jump for your product. So thank you for your time. See you in the next video.